Hey guys, so this video is going to show you how to add mixed numbers, something new that we're going over in class. Just wanted to make this video so that you can look at it whenever you need to. So this is going to be our problem today, 1 1/2 plus 2 1/4. The first thing I like to do is the easiest step, the things that I know how to do and get them out of the way, that I'm more familiar with. So when I look at this problem, I see a whole number with a fraction, one whole and 1/2 of a whole, plus two wholes plus 1/4 of a whole. So fractions are relatively new to you guys, but you've been adding whole numbers your school careers. So I would go ahead and add the whole numbers first. I'm going to take my whole numbers, 1 and 2, and I'm going to add those together. 1 plus 2 equals 3. So I know now that my answer is going to have a whole number of 3. I'm going to write that over here. All right, next I have to deal with these fractions. Adding fractions is something we've been doing for a week or two now, so it should be familiar to you guys. When you are adding fractions that have unlike denominators, you know now that you can't add fractions this way. You have to change the denominators so that they are equal to each other so that you can add easily. So we're going to take our two denominators and we're going to find the least common denominator. For the least common denominator, you list out all of the multiples for your denominators. Now, we've talked about that if you can do this math in your head and you know which one would be the least common denominator for those two numbers, then that's fine. You don't have to list out your multiples. I'm going to go through that step for those people who do like to list them out. I'm going to start by counting by twos. 2, 4. I'm going to go ahead and stop. I know now that 4 has to be the least common denominator. I don't even have to list my multiples for 4 anymore because I have found a 4 in common with this 4. So when I go back up to my fractions, I know that I don't have to change this fraction because it already has a 4 as the denominator. I don't need to do anything different with this one. The only fraction I need to change is 1/2. So what we're going to do is we're going to make an equivalent fraction for 1/2. We want to change our denominator from 2 to 4, so we have to think about how to do that. 2 times what number equals 4? Hopefully you know that that's 2. You're going to do the same thing to the top, and your new fraction will be 2/4. So we're going to come back over here. I'm just going to write in a 4 here. And we're going to change our addition problem. Instead of having 1/2, we're now going to have 2/4 plus 1/4. We do not add the bottom numbers, the denominators. We keep those the same. 2 plus 1 would be 3. Now I can finish my problem. I've added my two whole numbers. 1 plus 2 equals 3. And then I went and added my fractions. 1/2 plus 1/4 equals 3/4. I'm going to bring my 3/4 to join my whole number over here. And 3 3/4 will be my answer.